Hey, it's Bitty Penny. Welcome to my channel. I'm a little late today, but that's okay. Is that right? Just a couple of minutes. I hope you guys are doing well. I have in front of me the cards that I finished. The other day we were in a live and I started all of these cards and I just couldn't get them all done. But I eventually did in the evenings at the table after dinner. Got them done. Got my green tea and ready to go this morning. I think we're going to have some fun. I think we're going to have a wee bit of fun around here today. Hope you guys have had a good week. Let me see if I can find my own live and see what the chat's chatting about. We are just getting started, so it's probably still a little quiet. Yes. Okay, good. All right. So, hey, Michelle. How's it going? All right. So, these are the cards that I finished. I really like the ones with this gem on, with the rhinestones on them. All of the butterfly wings will like lift up because I only glued down the center body. But that's the difference of them, like with the rhinestone and without. The color palettes, I used my scraps. I used that Simon Says stamp kit, the stamp set. I used the embossing folder that came in the kit and the stamp set to create these focal points. And then besides that, I just kind of used scraps and vellum. And here's how they all turned out. So this is the stamp set. It's called Beautiful and Curious. So fun. So I wanted to show that with you because I didn't get to finish them in the live when we were all together. All right, so today we're going to play around. I'm going to zoom y'all in a little because I don't think we'll need to be out very far. There we go. All right, bring you in close. How about that? There we go. All right, we are going to play with scraps and things, and here's what I'm thinking. Today will be kind of a mass making video where we're gonna use a bunch of ATC card bases and we're gonna put clusters on them, and then I'm gonna use them in junk journals when I make all those pockets, and I'm always looking for things to fill the pockets. Well, I think this will be a good way to do that. So also I'm going to use my scraps to do this because I have a whole bunch of scraps right now. These are really thin. I think I'll turn this into just like a little card like that. Maybe we'll make some of these too because you could easily journal on the inside of this. And it's kind of too thin to be a very thick card. I guess this paper was from, they're no longer in business, Close to My Heart. And it was thin, super thin. Yeah, let's just, I'm going to cut it down to 4. So these, we'll just make some little cards out of these. I'm cutting it to 4 because I know I can get 3 of them. And I like to get the most out of my paper. I'm sure y'all do too. And you can just make some little cards with these. So the first thing we're going to do today is just kind of cut down some bases. And we'll make some ATC bases. We'll make whatever comes to mind. But the idea is to mass make and just like have stacks of little things like this so that when I'm working on a journal, I can grab them and throw something on them and put it in a pocket. Because I tend to make a lot of pockets and then I struggle to fill them. So let's take a look over here. This is more of that kit. Scraps, scraps, scraps. Yes, I've got the scraps. And I have a bag that I need to, I've been saving all these little bits and pieces for cluster making. So, okay, maybe I am too close. So I need to go, we're going to go through here and we're going to use just, there's just, all this is little bitty bits and pieces of things. And that's how we're going to make our scraps. And I am going to have to zoom y'all out and cause a craft-a-lanch. There we go. Let's get zoomed out again. Say hi to everyone in the chat. So I've said hi to Vicky Reuter and Michelle, but hello Vicky Jensen and Miss Kim and Susan. Hello, hello, Sala. How's everyone doing? I tell you what, my mom is late for everything these days. And maybe it's a retirement thing. I don't know. I told her, call me before 8. I go live at 8. I called her. Now she's calling me. Anyways, so like scraps like this is what I would save for clusters. I mean, you could decorate journals with them too, but like we can put these to the side for clusters. Let me go through this a little bit here. Oh my gosh, and is someone coming up to my door? Is this really the way this live is going to start, you guys? Oh, man, it may be. We will see. I have some Crafty Critter paper in here. See, I just have all kinds of scraps piling up over here, you guys. So many that it caused a craft-a-lanch. But let's look through our scraps today. Let's make some things to fill pockets. But the other thing that we can do too is make things like tabs. And let's just mass make some things so that when we're working on something like a journal and we're trying to fill pockets, we have something to put inside of them. I don't like a lot of mass making necessarily for journals because I think I struggle for them to like make sense or to fit in a journal. And I feel like I have bins of stuff that's mass made, and I know that it just never feels like, oh, that's the right piece to put into something. This could be used for something. So let's just have some fun. I even think some of these dragonfly cutouts could totally work for a cluster. Let's see. So what are y'all doing today? What are y'all doing this weekend? I need to go to Hobby Lobby. It is actually a need. I need to get a happy planner. Mine is running out. It runs out mid-year. So next month, and I have to plan ahead for work and stuff. So next month is the last month in my planner. That's what I use a happy planner for, is work. So yeah, I need to go to Hobby Lobby today. Let's see, this, I have got one sheet of, maybe more. If I have more, nope. So this paper pack is officially pretty much used up. So let's use this. We'll cut this down. Let's cut these down to ATCs. Hi, Andrea. Hi, Miss Gloria. And Flo. Flo is Andrea, but hey. And Jonna, hi. How's everybody doing? Miss Gloria, I'm praying for your son. I've been praying for him. I hope his health is improving and that we have good news soon for a donor. Okay, so I'm cutting these down to 2.5 by 3.5. Okay, raise your hand if you're an Outlander fan. I have a funny story about it. So I saw Outlander, the TV series, years ago. And I thought I had finished it. This is such a Bitty Penny thing. This is such a Toby thing. So I thought, well, that was a good series. I enjoyed that. I liked the idea of time travel. I liked the history. You know, I liked the character. So I enjoyed it. Not for children. Anyways. So I thought I had finished it. Turns out there were more seasons that I just didn't realize. So I've had a whole lot of fun reliving, going through that journey again. And I'm actually going to get to finish the series now. Isn't that hilarious? I'm actually really happy about it. Because, you know, you get like attached to something and then it ends and you're like, oh man, well, it just keeps going now. All right, so 2.5 by 3.5, I have some ATC cards. I should have 12 of them. One 12 by 12 sheet of paper will give you 12 ATCs. So we've got a batch of those and a whole bunch more of scraps. I am so good at making scraps. All right, let's grab some of these. This is more of that paper. I am done with making those journals. And I called it, you guys. My mom wants to give her journal to someone that I made her for Mother's Day. Remember? I told you. She's such a giver. And I can't, like, I was like, Mom, I made that for you. But when she gives something away, you know, you can't control it. That's it. If she regifts it, not much I can say about that. Oh my goodness. Well, hi, Rita. You're new here. Welcome, welcome. Well, come right in. Have a seat. You're welcome. We're glad you're here. Okay. I have those papers that Bitty Penny's using. You do, Gloria. They're from Stampin' Up! From eons ago. Yep. I'm using mine up. I don't have them anymore. I'm chopping them all up. I'm trying to go through my 12 by 12 paper that I just have a few sheets of per collection or whatever right now, and just use them up. Just bust through it. So look at all these ATC cards we have now. I think ATC cards are the perfect thing to tuck into journal pockets. So and they're fun to make and they're perfect for clusters. So I think we're really good with that. And then we have a few of these little cards, which will also be fun to tuck in pockets of journals. I also need to make more ATC cards for Craft Roulette Paper Ganza. You guys, I love Craft Roulette. I know I haven't been live with Craft Roulette in a while, but that's because our family schedule changed and I'm not as available on Friday nights as I used to be. This summer we're going to catch a break though, you know, so summer I should be around a bit more, which I'm excited about. Okay. So let's work with what we've got so far. I'm sure this is going to keep us busy. And let's make some stuff. And look at all those scraps we just converted. Turned them into something. And then now I've got all these scraps still. That's fine. And then I have this whole bag of things. Let's just grab a handful. see what happens. All right. So no Outlander fans here? I didn't see if anyone raised their hand for Outlander. I might have missed it though. Blanket hellos. I need to borrow that one, Dawn. Adopt the same thing. Ooh, this is the crusty spine of a book, and I couldn't get rid of it. I thought it was such a cool texture that, like, that would be a really cool part of a collage. So yes, I kept that. Thank you. Hello, friend, best friend. Happy birthday. I've got some labels here that we can work with. I like these, the Art Girl and Stamp Girl. These are from Red Lead Paperworks. I've got this fabulous lady. Let's fussy cut her out. I'm going to see if I can find another pair of these Tim Holtz scissors. And if I do, I think I will give these up once and for all. I've had to screw them together every time I use them since the day I bought them. I should have immediately returned them to Hobby Lobby knowing that that wasn't normal because I had the red ones for so long. But I did not do that. I kind of hate returning stuff. So ever since the day I got these, I just got a bad pair. I have to screw them together. And the other day they fell apart on me completely while I was working. And I was like, okay, that's a sign. Like the blades completely fell apart. That's a sign. He makes the spring hinge ones now, which yes, I have a pair of those of each size, or 2 sizes. I don't know if he makes more than 2. But still, I want a pair like this, the old school style, that aren't spring hinged as well. So let's get this gal out. Will we use her? I don't know, but she's fabulous. She's from one of my collage books. I love her. I was kind of wanting to make sassy sassy things today. I was kind of wanting to get out my stamps that have girls on them and put sassy sentiments with them. Oh, you love Outlander, Cheryl? Oh, I have not read the books. I have to read all day. And I used to like to read. I used to love to read, but I've really fallen out of reading just because I have to read every day. We could also make tags to go in pockets of our junk journals. Ooh, there's a little more of that spine that I'm saving. One of my new moon faces is in here, I see. So what I need to do is stop fussy cutting random things, and I need to go through these and create a pile. So let's do that. Although I'm going to go ahead and fussy cut out this random moon face. This is from Dina Wakely's new collection. Okay, so let's go through this. I'm not going to use the book spines today. I know that. We've got our foundation, which is, we'll do tags, ATCs, and little cards. Okay, then we'll make a pile for ephemera. And let's just kind of go through this. I've got some flowers. These random strips we'll put in a different pile. Like, I know it's ridiculous probably to keep these kinds of things, but I do because I think, oh, they'll be perfect for clusters. This is ephemera piece, a key, more spines. I keep the book spines. I usually turn them into bookmarks to go inside the junk journals, but not always. There's some more tags for us to play with. Here's some more. Here's some pre-cut ephemera. And oh, these pieces were scraps here's some ephemera from the Gilded Rose. I do have some of my own paper pads in here. Diane, did I say hi to you? Beth, hi. I don't know if I said hi to you ladies. I'm sorry. I think I want to use these as page tabs. So let's do that. We'll make some page tabs with those. I think all these would make some really cool page tabs. Okay, I'm going to separate out my little pieces of like patterned paper. I don't know why these little strips of white paper are in here, but sometimes I just dump whatever. So here's some ephemera. Some more patterned paper. I have a book plate in here. Get rid of those. Some more ephemera from the Gilded Rose. Okay, so this is what happens when you grab a whole pile. More Gilded Rose, random paper scraps, random ephemera. This one's too big for any of our projects today. That's not really, that's for a big cluster. Okay, so hear me out. If you don't want to make cluster like ATCs like what we're doing today, you can still make clusters. And oh, little glue runner. I would rather that be with the glue runner die than in my rando clusters. But if you don't want to make them into cards right away, I'm looking for my cluster books. I know they're down here, but they're hidden. You can create these books like this one. It's just ring bound with these cheapo rings, and use paper you don't love. And you can make yourself books like this to hold your clusters. So this is a Shabby Dabby Doodah idea, Miss Tina. I love her. When I can't sleep at night, she's someone I'll turn on and drift off to sleep. You know, those 3 a.m. wake up times, those kinds of sleepless nights. But yeah, so you can make little books. You can make them little or big, and put your clusters in them. Okay. And then just store them away, use them later. But we're going to actively make, I want little clustered cards that I can just, when I'm making a journal, just grab a handful and put them in the journal. So I think these are too big. This is one of my digitals, or yeah. See, I just put all kinds of random things in here. This is when we were doing a collage one time. These are some like ephemera pieces. These will be fun. Now, because we're working on smaller items, I think some of these are too big, but we'll see. So I'm just going to separate some of these things out. What are you guys doing today? What are y'all doing this weekend? Gilded Rose. Gilded Rose. These are Dreams, Etc. printables. This is Easter Blessings paper. Ooh, I got some books. Book spines. All right. I hope this isn't terribly boring. More ephemera. More patterned paper. We'll call that ephemera. We'll call that trash. Patterned paper. Ooh, cool. Look what I found. Some little stamps. That's a good find for cluster time. I tell you what, anything could make it in here. If I'm looking to dash something away. All right. I won't sort through all of this right now. I think we have enough to work with for one. So some more, this is from the Four Seasons paper pack. That's a pretty piece, but again, I think that's for bigger clusters than what we're doing here today. All right. Oh, some labels, some different things. Okay, let me pick all this up. Ooh, there's a girl. Some gold. All right. This little postcard would be a good piece to either ephemera or otherwise sweet dreams. We'll take that. Blessed by his works. What's this say? You're getting better with age. Happy birthday. We don't need happy birthday stuff. Bumblebee. All right. I think we're good. We're good here. I won't be silent. Well, okay, speak it. Friendship is sunshine for the soul. Looks like we got some birds. Feather. All right. See, I could kind of do this all day, but we won't. I might want that heart. See, this little bag is just full of potential. Let's work with this. I'm going to put all this back in the bag. All right. We've got all this to work with. And we've hardly made a dent in this bag, I tell you. As I try to fit all this back in. Ooh, here's some like ephemera pieces that were in there. Here's some more tags. I do want some of these book pages. Okay. You need a California king size blanket. Are you still in bed, Dawn? How's your gardening going? All of my cucumbers and zucchini are like, I started things from seed this year and they're just like getting huge. My babies are growing up so fast. Dawn's got to get another coffee. I know, Sala. Like if you tell yourself like, I'm only going to fill up this box and no more. And then you're like, but then I'll just grab another box. Okay, so let's do this. This is our kind of what Tim would call a substrate right here is what we're clustering onto. Oh, I was testing my new, I could put that on the back of a journal or something. I was testing my new punch thing. Okay, let's put those tags there. These are sentiments. I'm going to put them up here. A lot of them I'm not even going to use. This is the pattern paper. I'm going to dump that over there. Kind of clear away some stuff so y'all aren't looking at an eyesore. All right, let's turn these into page tabs. That's not hard to do. Just not looking for my corner chomper. And I found a Tim Holtz stamp set. That doesn't go over there. I was hanging out with my tools. That's not where that goes. All right. I might bump the camera a little, sorry. So I try to reach this thing. It's in an awkward position. Okay, corner chomper, check. I mean, does a page tab really have to be anything other than that? I don't think so. And what I'm talking about are the tabs that go on the edges of your paper so that you can, like, here's one of my journals. I didn't even make it fancy. I just took a piece of paper, folded it over, and stapled it on. But I'm talking about page tabs that decorate the edges of your paper. So we're going to make a couple of those with these because I just think they're really pretty. And then we can actually, well, now I'm wishing I hadn't thrown away those little white pieces of paper, but whatever. There's more where that came from. And it's that exact thing that lands me in the spot of having all these little bitty scraps is I'm like, I see potential in everything. So then I get stuck saving it and not discarding anything. Okay, but in this pile here, we have these thin scraps. So what we can do is take those and kind of make like a spot so that, you know, you could write whatever you want to label your page tab. Yeah, Rita, I am too. I would say I'm chiefly, I don't know. I'm pretty chiefly a card maker, but I also make journals. I love both of them very much. But card making is my ultimate. And I was trying to explain this the other day, and then I don't think I did a very good job, and I got distracted, and I went on to something else. But what all I was trying to say the other day about how card making is so important to me is that we can take a few minutes, make something that, you know, now granted, I made a card the other day that took me an hour and a half, so not all of them are fast, but what I love about card making is that relatively quickly we can take and make something that can brighten someone else's day and spread joy. And I just love that about card making. I love that it's a blessing. Now, I know journals are a blessing too. Don't get me wrong. The difference is the amount of time it takes to make them. You know what I mean? Like a journal is decidedly more of an investment to make, but you know, they make a great gift and they're fun to make. So there is all of that. And I will tell you that even if you make cards, and today's video may seem like it's not in the wheelhouse, but like clusters, you can take your scraps and make a bunch of clusters and then use those clusters to decorate cards. So let me demonstrate. I know a couple of my clusters in this book weren't sticking, so we'll use those as demonstration. Yeah, these weren't really sticking. But you could take your scraps and make cards or make clusters and then take those and make cards. And that's what's so cool about it. I have some videos on my channel because I really struggled making clusters for the longest time. And then I kind of felt like I came up with a hack for it. But yeah, so, you know, what we're doing today could be used for journals or card making. Put those clusters back in their book. Not using those today. All right. But yeah, it's also like I have to have variety. And I definitely lean on junk journaling when I need like to switch things up, when I feel like I need variety. I can use all the same products, same tools, same things, but make something completely different. And I love that about it. And like I said, I like that I can make gifts. I mean, you can give bundles of cards as gifts and they make wonderful gifts. I've done that for years and years. Every time I make my mom a journal, she gives it away. So there's that. She fell yesterday at school, bumped her head. So I went and sat with her last night and spent a couple of hours with her. And that's when she was like, yeah, she had her journal up by the front door. And she's like, yeah, I think I'm going to give it to a friend. It's just so pretty. And I'm like, or you could keep it. I made it for you. Okay, so now I have some tabs, and you could just take these, you know, if you organize your ephemera, like I have my ephemera holders, then I could just put this in a pocket of an ephemera holder. I could label it page tabs or whatever. And then when I need one, it'll be there. Grabbing one of my ephemera folders. So yeah, you know, you could just make one of these pockets like designated for page tabs. Do I even have an open pocket? I have the backs of pockets open, but not the fronts. Oh, we could make this one a page tabs, because it just has a couple little dresses in there. I think 2. So I'll take those out. We'll use those for the clusters. Now I can put my page tabs in here. And I could label it if I wanted to, page tabs or whatever. Yeah, so way to mass make and pay it forward to yourself. Yes, we do it all. That's right, Beth. Beth, I showed off your Easter card the other day. Speaking of, I love it so much. It's right here. He is a stud. A little bunny stud. He's so cute. Any Eurovision fans here? That's what I'll be watching tonight. We don't get Eurovision here, Sala. Like, America doesn't play it. Not that I know of. Honestly, I only heard of Eurovision from a funny movie, like a comedy that was based on Eurovision. I mean, it might be called I don't know what it was called, but I think it was based on it, and it was a comedy of sorts, and that is the only way I had ever heard of it. But it's like a talent show, right? Okay, so let's get to some cluster making. So I've got these ATCs that are pre-cut. Let's get a couple of these out. See what kind of quote unquote damage we can do here. So I've got 3 ATCs and a pile of scraps. Let's just kind of push it off to the side. I could use up these little dresses. Why not? And I need another something. Oh, we've got that other little girl. We'll use her. We'll do 3 girls real quick. And now I'm just going to use scraps. So I've got this scrappy butterfly over here. We're just going to play around until I feel like I have something. I love this one. It says Art Girl. Hey Bertha, how you doing? So good to see you. We're finishing up the last season of Cobra Kai. Speaking of watching things, is what I was thinking of. Dana, how's it going? Good to see you. Went out to lunch to celebrate my friend's 80th birthday. Came home and stupidly decided that sitting on my studio floor sorting for hours was a good idea. Can't walk now. Oh, Diane, I've been there. One day, Diane, I was sorting things. You know how it is. Like, we avoid it like the plague until we can't avoid it anymore. And then, at least if you're anything like me, and then you get totally sucked into it. So that's what I was doing one day, and Desiree went live, so I was watching her. Then I was watching her and sorting through things and cleaning my craft room. Ooh, fits like a glove. And I started organizing things under my desk because I have some storage bins under my desk. Well, I got trapped under my desk. No lie, I could not get out. And I had to call the boys in, and they had to move things out of the way so that I could get out from underneath my own craft desk. I learned a valuable lesson that day. One, don't box yourself in. And don't clean your craft room. No, I'm just teasing. Oh my gosh. But yes, we'll save that for a bird or something. Been there though. I ended up just chilling under my desk for a while and watching Desiree. Ooh, another small stamp set. I don't know how these landed in here, but they did. I'm going to call these good, and we're going to move on. We're not going to get stuck in decision fatigue today. I don't like it. It's not fun for me. I just want to slap things down and move on with my life. So I feel good about these. We're going to go with it. Hi, Miss Susan. I would make some cards, and Bob, my husband, he would want one with flowers for himself. Aw, he worked in the yard. Aw, that's sweet, Rita. My husband, his nickname is Dr. Shrub, and he's not a doctor, right, Beth? I call him Dr. Shrub because, well, for years now, we've been planting. I've always loved to garden, but he didn't get into it until a couple of years ago. And he's been trying to plant me The Secret Garden. I've always loved The Secret Garden for one. That's a good book too, and a good story. But yeah, we're trying to create, and I think things are growing up, and we're definitely getting there to have like these magical gardens in our yard. Anyways, but you know, I used to sit on the front porch because that was the only place we had flowers or very many plants in our yard. And he would come out, and one day he came out and he was like, "Why do you always sit on the front porch instead of the back porch?" And I was like, "Because I like to look at the flowers." And from that moment on, for the last 7 years, he's been planting me flowers all over the place, and trees and everything. And so that's so sweet that to hear you say that about your husband, Bob. And it's our hobby that we share together now. You know, like we love to go to the greenhouse together, and we love planting every year. So this year we really just focused. We have a lot of big like pots on our porch, on both of our porches, and we just focused on those this year because the grounds are planted. Like we've got all the trees this yard can hold, all the shrubs, all the bushes, all the things. And last year, I'll have to take a picture of it for you guys. We landscaped the front of our house with native plants, native Texas plants, and they came back with a vengeance in the most beautiful way this year. So all we had to do were the pots and the veggies and the herbs, which is nice. We get to sit back and enjoy more now. Get to sit back and actually enjoy the plants more. Flo, girl, if you come to Texas and you come to my house, I'll give you all the scraps. You can have just about anything in my craft room. I love sharing my stuff. My sister-in-law had expressed interest in card making, and I sent her home with so many things. My brother, her husband, was like, thanks. He doesn't even know what my craft room looks like. I won't show him. I won't show anyone who I think will judge it. They can't come in. Don't judge me. No foes, only friends of the crafter are allowed inside this, in this space. Even my mom, I'm like, you can't come in. She came in one time and she was sitting next to me. Like I have 2 desks in my craft room, one for computer and one for me to craft at. And she's like, you need to clean this place up. And she was in here saying all this stuff. And I was like, you have to go now. You have to leave. A scrap exchange would be fun, Sala. That would be a whole lot of fun. I know we've talked about that before, and I totally agree. Totally agree. Well, hello, Miss Mary C. Mary, I was thinking of you this morning. See, it was sitting beside me, and I was like, oh, Miss Mary. Glad you could pop in. Okay, we got 3 ATC cards done. Let's put those to the side. Is that all we've accomplished? No, we got all those page tabs done. That's right. I just already put them away. These don't need a whole lot, but we can put something on them. Blessed by his works. I like that. If we have a faith journal or something. Let's do that. And oh, I have this like pocket watch from my paper pad. Gilded Rose. We could put the pocket watch on there too. Let's put that over there. So in case you're just joining, we're just kind of mass making little things so that when I make journals and I make 55 pockets in a journal, I actually have something to put inside of there because I never have enough stuff to put in all the pockets that I make. I tend to make more pockets than really I probably need, but it's just fun. You have a sketching event. Ooh, at the Peony Garden. I want to go. That sounds like so much fun. I did this watercolor painting out in our garden. I think it was last year. No, it was like 2 years ago. And we ended up framing it, and it's on my gallery wall in my kitchen. I have a gallery wall of art in there. And I was looking at it the other day, and I was thinking, oh my gosh, my view here has completely changed because we've had so many plants grow up now that it's changed the view of our yard. So it's kind of like memory keeping that I had done that watercolor painting of what once our yard looked like versus what it looks like now. Miss Nima's in the house. Hi, Nima. How you doing? We're not going to use that yet. Let's see. We're just making scrappy clusters. I'm just using scraps and making some clusters that can go into my journals. Making little tags, ATC cards, little card, like journal cards, things like that today. Having a scrappy moment together with my friends. Okay, let's do that. Oh, I kind of like that. Maybe we'll put that bee stamp. This is from the Gilded Rose as well. Put that bee stamp there. Yeah, I like that little banner. Miss Nima, are you getting excited? Paper Gans is like 2 months away. Oh my gosh, I have to tell y'all. This is so great. I can't wait. Okay, I'll tell y'all, but I gotta read a few more comments first. Cause you know I'm behind. Biddy. We're supposed to see the potential in everything. That's what makes us great artists. That's right, Flo. Oh, Miss Rita had to go. I didn't get to say goodbye, but bye, Rita. Glad she joined us. It was her first live here. Okay. Yeah, exactly, Maddie. I mean, it's good to record those memories, right? Is it, what? Have we really been here an hour? Oh my gosh, where does the time go? I feel like we've been sitting here 30 minutes, not an hour. I think part of it too for me, Maddie, is like my journey as a card maker started as a oh goodness. So that I could donate cards to the church and to people. And it started kind of as mission work of sharing. Let's put a focal point on these, even though you really don't have to, because depending on the journal you make, then you could put something on there that matches the journal. So I do think it'd be good to leave some of these more blank, but let's see if there's something. I could put a feather on one, could put a moon on one. The feather needs some color. So speaking of things I have to do this weekend, well, one, I have to work. Two, I got these really cool nightstands. They're very nice. From a neighbor who was getting rid of them. And I want to refurbish, like I want to redo them. They don't really need to be refurbished. They need to be repainted. But I'm going to do some cool like stamping on them too. And so I'll have to get my archival ink out, obviously. My StazOn. I have a few different colors of StazOn. And since I got them for the right price, which was free, then I feel like I can experiment. So I'm really excited. I went to Lowe's last night on the way home from my mom's house, and I got some chalk paint. And there. It was just a little something. Little something. So that's one thing I'm going to do this weekend is I'm going to repaint those and like stamp, and they'll go in my bedroom. Two matching really nice nightstands. I'm real excited. Got distracted at the toaster making some avocado bagel. Yummy, Dawn. Dawn, have you ever tried those like bagels that are made out of like yogurt? They have like yogurt and I don't know what else. I'm sure flour, maybe egg. I don't know. I've seen those for people who are doing low carb. Oh, let's put some of these on here. I'll probably stamp on these as well. Got a bird. Then if I do some stamping, do I have more of those? Ooh, here's another one. These strips, by the way, are the part that are on the cover of my paper packs. That's what that is. Ooh, let's put this rose tag on one of these. And then I have the purple rose. Yeah, so that's where those are from. Here's another tag. Ooh, this one kind of goes well with these roses. Okay, I think I see some more kind of labels and stamps down here. Who else needs a stamp or a label? That'll work. We'll do some distressing and we'll stamp and we'll have those done. All right, so let me get this out. I'm not even bothering putting this on a block. I'm just, each country can send their own representation there to perform. You can't vote for your own country. It's wild. It's fun. Very entertaining. That's Eurovision in a nutshell. How cool. I love it. I love the concept. And for me, I think I have seen a little bit of it, Sala. I don't remember where. Maybe I don't know if I saw. I don't know what I saw. Okay. But it was really cool to just see like different talent and different like it's just a totally different vibe than like in America, you know, we've got country music, we've got pop, hip hop, all that, but we don't do a lot of like house and techno. I mean, those are like, they definitely exist, they're here, but I think they're more popular there in Europe. And it's just interesting to see the different creative expression. Yeah, I like it with a little stamping on there. And then let's do a little ink blending too. Put the stamp sideways. Put it going that way. These stamps came from a Dreams Etc. kit a long time ago, so I can't like link these. I rarely link anything anyways, but that's where those came from, in case you're wondering. Okay. I'm excited, you guys. I'm excited that I'm going to have just a pile of little things to go in little pockets in my journals. Okay, so one at a time, I'm going to pick these up. Oh, hi, Esta. Eurovision is best watched with a bunch of people. That's awesome. It's kind of like the Super Bowl. You have like Eurovision watch parties? Does it go on for multiple days or is it just one day? Or do y'all have like the semifinals and all that kind of stuff? I'm going to trim a little bit of the white edge off of this. Okay. Go ahead and glue that down. Oh, yeah. Well, you just answered my question right there, Sally. Yeah, semifinal alone because I started crying after each performance. Oh, yeah, this is my cover where I was tracking how many cards and projects I made from one paperback. So, yeah, these little strips that I'm using right now just came from the cover after all the paper was gone. I cut up the cover and put it in my clustered envelope. We'll call that one done. Don, you were like, if you give a mouse a cookie this morning, you had to go get your coffee. Well, if you go get your coffee, then you might need a bagel. If you need a bagel, you're probably going to need some avocado. Oh, yeah, Beth, you remember that? Oh, I was 100% stuck. And I was babysitting my mom's dog, Blossom, Buttercup, Princess Buttercup Blossom. And she came in, I have a picture of her, and she was looking at me with her head tilted, and she was like so perplexed, like, woman, how did you even get yourself in that situation? And how are we going to get you out? Oh my goodness. I think I told y'all my mom got another dog. And she is so sweet. She was cuddling with me yesterday. And then, you know, Blossom was getting very jealous, but she's so sweet that she didn't do anything about it, but you could tell she was getting jealous. So then I had to get Blossom, and I had Fendi and Blossom in my lap at that point, just covered in dogs. And Blossom is no puppy anymore. I bet she weighs 60 pounds. And then Fendi's like another 40. I was covered in 100 pounds of dog yesterday. And loving every minute of it. Stella was crying and you were rolling your eyes. That's so funny. I could be guilty of both. And probably on the same day. Oh, that's not where I wanted you to go. I don't exactly remember. I think I had it like this. Yeah, that seems right. That seems right. Right, Stella? Look, we all work differently, right? Like some people couldn't create in a messy space. Like, so some people can't create when the craft room's a mess. I seem to thrive in it because even when I break down and clean up my craft room, it doesn't stay clean for long and it takes me a long time to break down again. So obviously, I tend to thrive in the mess, but that would not work for everyone. And I don't love it. Aesthetically, no, I don't like it. But creatively, well, everything's out. I can see it, which makes me combine more things that I wouldn't. You know, when something's out, I tend to look and go, oh, I wonder what that would be like on this project. When I wouldn't necessarily be sitting there creatively working and think to myself, I wonder what that particular thing would look like on this project, you know? So I think in some ways it helps my process. Okay, we've got 5 more tags, you guys. Hi, Bethany. Lurking while making coffee. Oh, and supervising the little ones. Aw. Cleaning up their art and crafty toy room. I love it. My mom used to always have us clean on Saturdays. She'd turn on Michael Jackson or Prince or Madonna because I grew up in the 80s, and we would jam out and clean the house. Let's work on some of these ATCs. I've got a lot of the same color here, but that's okay. All right, let's grab some of these other pieces. Phasma's over there huffing and puffing, probably because I'm talking about Blossom. I came home last night and she's like, where have you been? Who have you been petting? Oh, Blossom. Just keep these little ATCs simple. Just making things to fill pockets of journals. Beth, if you're still here, what's your strategy? Because I know you like to put pockets in your journals too. Do you do mask making of this style? I don't know if you do or not. You tend to work at a very, I think, fast and efficient pace. You tend to just work on a journal till it's done and then you move on to the next. It seems like. But I think you mask make sometimes too. Hi, Maritza. Welcome, welcome. I know you've probably been here a while. I'm behind as usual. We're mass making, using our scraps today, making things to go inside pockets of journals. But ATC cards are super cute, guys, on A2 card fronts. So let me grab an A2 card front. So if you don't make journals, you can still use your scraps. You can still make A2 cards. And look, this is an A2 card with a artist trading card on it. 2.5 by 3.5. So, you know, you could still do the craft that we're doing today and not be a journal maker and just use these as, you know, a jumping off point for your card making. Because they're totally cute that way. What do you do with the ATC? Oh, well, hi, Patricia. Well, that probably answers it right there. I do a few things. For a while now, a couple of years, I do like to take them and I like to keep some in my purse and give some out, like random acts of kindness. I like to take them with me to crops and things. If I go like to a scrapbook expo or, you know, some kind of crafty event, I take them with me and I give them away. Instead of like a business card or whatever, I would just give an ATC card. And let's think about this ticket right here. I'm making these right now so that when I make a bunch of pockets in a journal, because I tend to make a lot, when I make a journal, I put a lot of pockets in it, but then I don't have anything to put in the pocket. And it feels like it slows me down. It feels not ideal. So today I got all my scraps out and I just had the plan that I would sit down with you guys and make a bunch of these to fill those pockets, you know, just to have a bunch made. And then I can grab things out of here or, you know, out of my ephemera holder or wherever I'm going to store these pre-made pieces. And then I can fill my pockets of my journals. So yeah, you can use them for all kinds of things. You can turn them into tags to go on your gifts. You know, you could punch a hole in them, put a string and tie an ATC card onto a tag or make it a, you know, a gift tag. That's what I'm trying to, I couldn't get it out, but that's what I was actually trying to say. You can make a gift tag out of them. Okay. You still have to make your cards for Paper Ganso? I'm making ATC cards. I'm not doing the card swap. I'm just trying to make enough of these ATCs that I'll have enough to give to everyone I meet at Paper Ganso. That I did. And you know what? I still haven't been on the Facebook page. I really need to get on there. Like 70-ish days. Whoop, whoop. I'm really excited. Really excited. Okay, I want a butterfly to go on here. Ooh, I've got this random, and I think it's like spring ephemera over here. Let's see if there's a butterfly or a bird or what lies inside of here that can help me finish off this. Not a pumpkin bag. Like, what the heck is that doing in there? I'm throwing it away. I don't need that. All right. I don't want flowers. I want like a bird or a butterfly. bunny, a something. Not that bunny. Doesn't need to be a cupcake. This is an old paper rose die cut. It's called Spring Garden. I actually bought this at a scrapbook expo and bought it by mistake. Whoopsies. I meant to grab a different one and didn't catch it till later. Because they looked really close. They were very similar. And so I've never used this one. It's a little bird. I'm going to put a little bird on it. Don't know if I like it right there. I think I like it better right there. No. Just kind of looking through the random ephemera on my desk. We'll do that. I let my hot tea get cold, you guys. That's all right. Oh, hi, Sharon. How you doing? Oh, we're doing well. I mean, speaking for myself and what seems like people are doing well. Hope you are too. Can't wait to see you at Paper Ganzo. We've been chatting about that. Yeah, I usually go live at 8. I try now at 8 a.m. on Saturdays. I didn't wake up till 7 today. I slept in. I was exhausted. It's been a hard couple of weeks at work and so I needed rest. Okay, so here's 3 more ATCs done. Let's just recap what we've done so far. I made like 12 page tabs, but I've already put those away. And now I have these 5 tags. I have these 2 little tags. I have this banner. We should make some more of these. The banners are cool too. This tag and these 3 ATCs. So now I have 6 of those. Not bad for an hour and 20 minutes. I mean, could probably move faster and do more, but that's okay. All right, I have these little thin pieces of patterned paper that I turned into basic, like just little cards. They're not any particular size. They were scraps. Let's see if we can decorate some of these with, ooh, I like that yellow dandelion. Let's see what we can do. I'm making all these things to go in journal pockets, but you could make these to go on cards or whatever. Whatever you want. I feel like this needs something. It gets a little lost, these pieces. And I'm going to have to cut out between the handles because it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. All right. No, I did not see Louisa Heinzel stamp her walls. Oh my goodness. You guys, we all, like, was so close to doing a completely different craft with y'all today. I was going to do altered canvases and paintbrushes with y'all today. But then I got to my craft room and I was looking around and I was like, if I'm making journals, I need things to put in the pockets. And so at the last minute, I pivoted to this. And I needed to use my scraps. That was the other thing. Because my scraps were all kind of piling up next to me. There. Much better. You know, little details like that, they are just like little details, but I think they make a difference. Let me find, I had all my like browns and grays out working the other day. Yeah, there's my tea dye. Put those back. All right. Well, now I have to go see Jennifer. I have to go see what she did with her walls. I painted, but I just did hand painting. Our master bathroom with like a fiddle fig and some really cool kind of different designs. I have pictures of it on my Instagram because I was on Craft Roulette and was sharing about it. So I was like, oh, I'll post a picture on Instagram. There. Now, we might still put some things behind them. This is where these scrappy little pieces of paper are going to come in handy that were in my cluster pile over here. There we go. I think it still needs a little more contrast. Ooh. Well, that could work. Sourdough bagels. I've thought about doing sourdough, but then there's this guy who wears like a glucose monitor and he tests different foods, and he found that sourdough, like through his test, it still spikes the insulin. So I'm just trying to steer clear of carbs right now. But it is delicious. And I mean, there's so much you can make, right, Dawn? You can make sourdough pancakes, pizza crust, you know, so many things, even besides just like traditional bread. Evidently, bagels. One of my coworkers loves making sourdough. It's like her new hobby that she's taken on this last year. And she's an incredible watercolor artist. Anyways, she's taken on learning to make sourdough this last year. And is really enjoying it. Okay. I could totally pop that in a pocket of a journal. Let's get a journal out. I have one right over here that needs things in the pockets. So take its belt off. I don't wear a belt, but my journals do. Well, sometimes they do. All right. So the whole point of these is, see, I've got pockets on pockets on pockets with nothing in them. And this is so, I bumped you guys, I'm sorry. So normal for me. Like this one needed something. I need something bigger to go, but this actually has a couple of pockets. So yeah, I could pop that right there if I wanted to. That one's good. Oh, and then we have these two. This one has these two like center pockets with nothing in them. These, I just put these little cards. I didn't even put anything on them. I just thought this paper was so pretty it didn't even need anything on it. But those two pockets just have plain cards in them. And this has just got plain paper in it, a placeholder, because I didn't have anything to put in here either. Now, I did want, I will grab some 6x6 paper because, or I'll just make it a different video, but I did want to make some bigger pieces as well. Let's keep going for now. How about I cut this one in half? I can use half on one card and half on the other. There we go. Can layer. There we go. We'll do that. Yes, she's German and she's a very popular junk journaler. She's even on Tim Holtz's creative team now. I'm so proud of her and happy for her that she got that opportunity. Because I really, you know, I've watched her for a long time and she's very deserving and she's just a beautiful soul. I just really, really like her. Louisa Heinzel is who we're speaking of, who I'm speaking of. Yeah, she's great. If you like mixed media, you'll like her. She's very mixed media with her approach. You know, she doesn't use a lot of patterned paper. She's one of those creators who will just take stamps and ink and stuff and make her own kind of patterned paper. She's a junk journaler. But she does also have digital, so she will use patterned paper. It's just not really her jam. I'd say her jam is mixed media. All right, that one made it easy, right? So cute. Okay, we got 2 more cards. Okay, well, do I call it? Is that it? Have we done enough? Are y'all tired of it yet? I did want to make some more of these banners, which will be real easy to do. We could do a couple of banners. Once you start playing with your scraps, I don't know about you guys, but it just feels like they keep multiplying. Even though I know we've made some things here today, it's like I don't look at my desk and go, well, we made a dent in my scrap pile. I don't feel like I really made a dent. I feel like it was a drop in the bucket. Oh, I was going to tell y'all a story. Remember that? And I forgot. I have to think about what. Oh, okay. Got it. Woo. Boy, this was probably an hour ago that I was going to tell y'all this story. Right, Bertha? You know, as long as you have a door you can close, it's all good. That's how I feel, anyways. When people come to my house, my craft room door is closed. Closed for business. Not opening it up until they leave. And then I don't have to worry about it. I don't have to worry about it then. This is my one good blade. So I need to protect it. It fell out of its package. Beth, I wish we could go thrifting today. We'd have so much fun. I didn't get to see your, I know you had a thrift haul recently, which is what made me think of it. And that's such a Saturday thing to do in my head, to go to the thrift store. It's a Saturday thing. All right, I've got random scraps that are long like this. Let me grab a few more. We can make some banners, which doesn't necessarily tuck in the pockets. Ooh, look, there's one. Look at all these. But I just think they're cute, and we can decorate journal pages with them. All right. I don't need too many, but we'll get a few. Let's get this brown. Then I'll let you guys go. We'll do a few. There we go. Got more than enough to play with. All right. Oh, there's one. Cool. And then we got these, do skinny narrow ones. Okay. And then all I'm going to do is fishtail them, which is cut up the center and then cut from one corner to that center spot. Done. Oh, Nima had to go. Bye, Nima. I'm always late telling people bye. Okay, I'm going to tell you this story now that I've almost forgotten to tell you twice. Squirrel. So the other day, evening, whatever, not today, my husband and I, hi Yvette, were talking about our trip to Paperganza. And I was like, man, we really need to start planning something. I mean, like, we need to start planning this. Got to figure out what we want to do, how we're going to entertain these teenagers on the road. And so I was like, I had to take an AI class at work. I mean, I enjoy taking them. I don't mind. But anyways, one of the things they talked about is how eventually we'll probably use AI to book like all of our trips and plan our vacations. And they encouraged us to give it a try the next time we were planning a trip. So I got my Chat GPT out and I like told it, like, we're traveling from, you know, Texas to St. Louis, to Kansas City, Missouri, and I almost said St. Louis. That's not where it is. I have 2 teenagers. Can you plan the trip for us? And it gave me an itinerary It was pretty good, but it had stops like in Dallas and Waco, which we live too close to those two cities for me to include that in our vacation. Like we'd rather do more things like in Oklahoma, Arkansas, Missouri, places that aren't as close by. So then I told AI about that. And then my husband was like, and I want to see some of the Route 66 things, like, the biggest spur, the biggest fork, all that kind of stuff, which I only know those two because AI told me about them. But then I told AI, I was like, look, we want to include some Route 66 landmarks. And so please include those in our itinerary. In about 10 minutes, AI gave us everything we needed for our vacation, like to tell us like all the places to take teenagers, what's cool about it. It gave us, I think, 3 or 4 of those Route 66 landmarks. So we're going to go see like the biggest fork, and Texas, of course, has the biggest spur. And but we're not going to see that one. That one's off the beaten path. There's like a blue whale. I can't remember and there's at least one other one, if not 2. Anyways, one's in Tulsa. If Vicky's still here, she may know that one. And then one's in Springfield. So yeah, I would not outwardly ever plan a Route 66 road trip, but it seems like everything, all of those things are on Route 66. Like, that's the thing. So we're going to have a Route 66 road trip up to Paperganza. And I can't remember where it was. It's either in Tulsa or Oklahoma City, but they have a 1984 arcade. Oh yeah, we're definitely going to that, which is cool because my daughter likes those old games like Pac-Man and all of that. Anyways, if you're planning a trip, give AI a try. Then it was like, okay, so you like this trip. I will download it to your Google Maps so that it can map everything out for you and you can use it in your car. And I was just like, dang, it's done. And in the future, what I learned at the workshop the AI workshop I went to, is that in the future we'll be able to say like, and book me my flights, my cars, my hotel, find the best price, and it'll do all that for you eventually. I don't think it's there yet, but eventually we'll be able to just do it all that way. But it gave me some really good suggestions. And like, you can tailor it, because then you can be like, I want to see historical sites. I want to see, the 10 best restaurants. Like, you can coach it to give you what you want. Oh, Maddie, you slept in too? Nice. Aw, Beth. I know I missed you guys. I've been doing fewer lives because I'm like, oh, I need to get a bunch of things done in the craft room. And do I do them? No, I sleep in, I do other things. And so I really just need to come back and do more lives with you guys again. I pretty much decided that my time would be better spent if I was just here with you. Then I would actually craft versus do like domestic stuff. Gross. Let's do that. I'll have a little sewing one. If I need or want a little sewing banner, it'll be made for me. Yesterday, I just went to work super early because my husband's off on Fridays. So he did lunch and bus stop and all that stuff. I just worked super early. That's kind of the good and the bad about working from home. You have to definitely learn to turn things off. It took me a couple of years when I first started to learn how to do that. I never knew how to step away or turn off my computer. I've gotten better. All right, so now we have a little sewing banner. Cute. Grab your scraps, you guys. I'm not going to worry about cutting any of this off because I like it hanging off, and it's probably going to be like glued down on a page or whatever, so it's fine. Let's do another. Ooh, this girl is nice and tall, so I think she'll go good on a banner. I like this branch on this banner, and I think I'll like it even more if I have one of these on there. My pet definitely thinks I'm nuts. Oh my gosh. We'd only had her a couple of months when I started my YouTube channel. And so she really had a hard time when I first started coming in here and talking to myself. Because obviously it sounds like I'm having a conversation with someone, but I was recording my voiceovers and doing videos. And she was like, uh-oh, this lady's crazy. She talks to her like there's nobody in that room and she doesn't know it. I'm just going to lay by her and hope she feels better. Fast forward, 5 years and she's gotten used to it. But yeah, when I first started my channel, she for sure thought I was off my rocker talking to myself in my craft room. I don't know if Kathy's here today, but I need to use this fan. My own personal summer. But it's actually just really hot in Texas. You got up at 4 and your dog was like, mm-mm, not me. Oh, my husband's calling me. Y'all know he has to call me during every live. He just huffs at you and rolls his eyes. And Maddie thinks your dog has more sense than you, Beth. Oh my gosh. Oh, Vicky, you're like my husband. He can sleep a maximum of like 4 hours at a time. Me, if I don't get enough sleep, I'm a hot mess. I've been that way my whole life. I cry at the drop of a hat. I'm too sensitive if I don't, like, it's just not good if I don't sleep. It's not good for me or anybody around me. And I've been that way since I was born, apparently. I need a minimum of 7 hours. 7 hours is pretty good for me. It gets harder as you age, though. It gets harder to sleep. Let's see if one of these book spines, something needs to go on here, but I don't know what. Maybe a book, a little book. Keep it simple. Just do something like that. I'm not taking care of her yet. I'm going to do this one. So who's going to grab their scraps? Thanks, Flo. Is anybody feeling scrappy now? You might have woke up and not felt scrappy this morning, but hopefully you are now. Put a dent in them. Okay, put that there. You guys, I have to clean out my master closet. I'm not putting this on there the way I originally had it. That's okay. It'll be fine. Everything's fine. It's just all shifted a little. But yeah, I need to do a master in our master bedroom. I need to do one of those, you pull everything out, but don't put everything back in kind of clean out jobs. This one's really simple. I think it would be pretty with some stitching around it, like with the sewing machine, and go around the edges. I think that would might really finish it off. It needs, I feel like it needs a little something else to it. I'm going to use gold. I was going to use silver, but I'm going to use gold. Let's just do some hand stitching. This is Tracy Phillips approved. Tracy at Mindless Crafting. We love Tracy and Bill. If you do not watch Tracy and Bill, most certainly check them out. Check out Sala, check out Beth, check out Maddie. That would be Happy Place Crafting is Beth. Maddie is Empty Nest Scrapper. All right. Sala P. All right. There's that. Let's see if we can turn her into something. I'm just going to fussy cut her a little closer, maybe do a little editing. So this bag that I've been pulling from and pulling scraps from is, you know, when you just get down, you've been working with an ephemera pack, a paper pad, a printable, whatever your potion, whatever you're working with, but you're working on a project and you get down to the scragglers, you just have a few things left. That's what all this stuff mostly is. I just chose to use mine. I like that. Let's do that. I just chose to put all my little stragglers off to the side and save them for a moment like this for cluster making. Well, Sala, I'm so glad you're chatting. You know, I'll show you everything at the end. Okay, there's that one. Let's do this. I mean, it does not have to be complicated, but I do want to trim around it a little bit. Oh my gosh, I just got a hankering for Taco Bueno. We don't even have Taco Bueno anymore. I don't even know if they're in business. But I just got the hankering for one of their bean burritos. Bean and cheese burritos, of all things. I don't know where that came from. I eventually got it out, Maddie. Yeah, I don't think I have ChatGPT on my phone. I think I only have it on my iPad. But I could show y'all the itinerary. It was so good. It was just perfect. Now, I was talking to my neighbor though, and he was asking me, y'all going anywhere this summer? And I told him, and he's like, you got to get barbecue if you go to Kansas City, Missouri. You know, it's always a competition between Kansas and Texas about who has the best barbecue. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're so right. ChatGPT missed that. It missed barbecue. So it's not perfect. It is fallible, but it gave me a great starting point. I will give it that. But it did miss barbecue. Because basically my family's going to have to stay busy while I'm at Paperganza. So we were looking up things for them to do. The hard part is I want to do it all. I want to be at Paperganza, and I want to go visit. I want to go hang out with my family in all these places. Put a little stamp action there. All right. I'm going to call that one done for now. I like these banners. These have been fun. Addition to the pile of ephemera. Look, this will be fun for like a spring or summer journal. I'm going to cut this belt by accident if I don't get it off my desk. Hey, Miss Linda Veal, how you doing? I'm full of nonsense, Sala. Yeah, look, AI is great when it works, but you do have to like, oh my gosh, Cuba, Missouri is the biggest rocking chair. It's on Route 66. Well, how far, hey Pam, how far is, now I have to search, Cuba, Missouri from St. Louis? Because my husband wants to see as many of these dang stops as he can. So we're even taking a detour to Springfield for the rock or the fork, which I'm excited. Where am I going? Kansas City. I always want to say St. Louis. 3 hours. I don't think we'll make it there. It's definitely a lot closer to St. Louis. Wonder what's in Topeka, Kansas. I wonder if there's I wonder if there's one in Topeka. Because that's pretty close. We don't have anything in Kansas planned. I'll probably wrap it up here pretty soon, you guys. We've made quite a bit, I would say, and hopefully inspired you to get out your scraps and play. My dog's over there snoring. Oh, Linda, you had a loss in the family. I'm so sorry. Hi, Vicki Jensen. You have a, oh, you do? Oh my goodness, Vicki. What if we, okay, I need to see. Our first day, we're planning on driving to Oklahoma City, which is like 6.5 hours from where we live. How far is Elk City off the route of 35? Let me look. Sorry, y'all, planning my trip. Elk City. I would love to come meet you if you wanted to meet us for, you're retired now and all, so. How far are you from Oklahoma City? Elk City, Oklahoma. You're an hour and a half. Vicky, where is Indian City, USA? I mean, I have my phone out. I should be crafting. I'm sorry, you guys. I will have to look all this up because I don't even know if they still call it that. When I was a kid, it was called Indian City, USA, and it's where the 4 tribes were. That's in Anadarko, Oklahoma. It was. I don't even think it's a thing anymore. But where did the 4 tribes? I know we went there. It's currently owned by the Kiowa tribe. The Southern Plains Indian Museum, the American Indian Hall of Fame, and the annual American Indian Exposition, which we used to go to. Yeah. Okay. Back to crafting. Back to more lives, please. Yeah, I know. Well, here's the other thing. I had kind of like convinced my husband to start doing his music in the morning, like how I do my art in the morning. But we share a wall. So his man cave slash studio shares a wall with me, and y'all are going to hear him making music while you try to hear me craft. So I thought, don't be Miss Piggy and hog up all the mornings. Share them with your husband. So that is another reason I moved it to 2 days during the week, so he could have, because I can craft and listen to him make music. That's no problem. But I don't know if y'all can handle it. Let's put some stitching around this too. We'll see. Summer is coming, which is awesome. I honestly felt like I was making too many videos and probably people were getting tired of me. Like, please, woman, just go away. You do not need to make that many videos. Okay. Some faux stitching. Another one done. And look at all these. I'll just put these in with my scraps. So what I'm going to do, even though we've taken the time to sort through all this, I'm just going to take it all back in. And I have some other scraps over here I can include. All these. Get them off my desk. And I'll include these, and I'll put all these back in that zipper bag. Have we made a dent? Maybe. A little bit. Yeah, we have. We made a dent. I need to take these out. They don't even fit in there. This is what it looks like now. I think we made a dent. I am having to put all this back in though. See, so I could just sit here, craft until the cows come home with all these little cluster scraps that I've saved. I'm going to put these back in. And then all of this goes back in. And before you know it, the bag's full again. And yes, next time I want to do this, I'm going to have to take it all out and sort through it again. So put all this back in. I get these bags on Amazon, you guys, and I love them. They come in different sizes. You can get like a variety pack of different sizes. Let's see, what's coming up on my channel this week? Well, on the 25th, I'm going to be in a really fun hop with Kendra's Card Challenge. I've already made my project and video, and it's awesome. I can't wait to share it with you guys. I wanted to do the sheet load rewind, but I think it's on the same day. And I don't like posting videos on the same day. So I may have to do the sheet load rewind like later. I don't like posting more than one video a day. All right. Let's take a look at what we've done here today. We've got banners to go in journals, which that's great. It'll be nice to have, you know, some banners. So we got 5 banners done. Sweet. Really easy to make. Anybody can make a banner. And then all the tags, which we've kind of revisited these already, but we got these tags made. All this is from scraps, you guys. Little bitty scraps. There was another banner, so we have 6 banners. I think we also have 6 ATC cards. They're not like the most fabulous thing you've ever seen, but they'll work to go inside a junk journal. You know what I mean? They'll fill a pocket. That's what I want them to do. And then also from my scraps, I have all these blank ATC cards. So I might use these for paper Ganza. 1, 2, 3. Cool. 14. Yeah, I can make 14 more ATC cards for paper Ganza. And then what you're not seeing here are the page tabs. Let me grab those again, because I already put those in my ephemera folder. So here's the page tabs we made, which was really easy. These were just little squares of paper, and I rounded 2 of the corners and slapped a piece of little strip of tea dye paper on there, or pattern, you know, whatever paper I had. So that's what we did today. I need to read some more comments, so don't go anywhere yet. Yes, Linda Veal, we wish we could wrap you in hugs. We're wrapping you in virtual hugs, sweetie. So sorry. So sorry. And hey there, Miss Paula Rice. I don't want to go without reading and getting caught up, so I'm going to sit here and get caught up, and y'all can look. We didn't use my girl. She is so fabulous. I will use her on a project, but I think she was just a little too big. She barely fits on an ATC. She's like, thrift store, let me get my bag. That's what she's saying. She does go nicely with the contrast because they're complementary colors, the red and green. She does go nice on that ATC. Oh, Shay, hi, honey. Oh, yeah, that's rough. It's hard aging because you do start to lose more and more. Yes, Ella, do it. Make a video. Use your scraps. Sorry if y'all hear my stomach rumbling. I've been fasting since 5 o'clock yesterday. Mary, you're so far into your scraps you want to pull your hair out. Oh, Flo. Yeah. Yeah, my husband realized it a few years ago that we were at that delicate age where you're taking care, you're in between. So, like, you're caring for your children who are young, and then you're also starting to care for your parents and family members who are aging. And it's like that middle spot, it's a busy spot, but an honorable one. But you better eat your Wheaties because it's busy. Better eat your Wheaties. All right, let's see. Is there anything that that we should do here before I go? I mean, I'm getting caught up and I'm kind of cleaning up my space a little bit. Yeah, Pam. And Pam, I think you came in after I showed my cluster books. This was not my idea. This was Tina at Shabby Dabby Doodah's idea. But you just take, like, this is just basic 12 by 12 paper. I folded it in half. I punched holes with a hole punch, put these rings in it, which you can get at the Dollar Tree or wherever you want. And you tape in your clusters that you make, and you can keep them in a little book. And then when you need a cluster, you can go in and pick it out. You just pull it out. And if your page tears, it's okay. Don't use your favorite paper. Use your least favorite paper. I used paper in this book that I would not ever use anywhere else. Like this fruit and food paper. No, that's not, I'm not using that anywhere. So it ended up being perfect for this book. So you can make it big like this. And you can tell, got my clusters. I have videos on this, Pam, but I do basic clusters and then I do what I consider like finished clusters. So these are basics so that if I am working on a journal and these colors work, I could pull this in and then put something, a detail there that makes it coordinate. Oh, my stomach's really growling now. But yeah, so this is a cluster book. And then I have a smaller cluster book too, because why not? So these, I took 12 by 12 paper, cut it to 6 by 12 and folded it in half. This is all A&M paper. Again, I went to a teacher's yard sale and bought her whole, she had a huge container of scrapbook paper that she was selling for $1, and I bought it. I didn't care what was in it because I knew I could use it for something. So she had all this A&M paper in there, and I took it and used it to make a smaller, because this is a little more user-friendly, I think, a smaller cluster book. So there's that idea. Oh, hi, Missy. How's it going? We've been playing with our scraps today, making journal things to tuck in pockets and such. I'm getting caught up on comments because I always get behind. I know. That's the thing. These paper crafters are just some of the best people on the planet. They genuinely care about each other. I just love our community so much. Virtual friends can be real friends. I agree, Andrea. Me too. I consider you guys real friends. I don't, it's funny, because I actually spend more time with you guys, I think, than I do friends that I've had for 20 years. You know what I mean? Like, I actually spend more time with my virtual friends. Oh, Cuba's just up the road from Springfield. Oh, Mary, you're better than AI. I'm making a note of this. I hope you already knew that, though. Okay, Cuba. This poor pen's about to give up. And Springfield. Yeah, so I want to make a, I'm going to have to make a Route 66 journal for our trip, you guys. I didn't even know it was Paper Ganza was going to turn into a Route 66 tour, but it is. I know, Beth. Exactly. You're 2 hours from Oklahoma City. Are you close to 35? I will have to look, Vicky, because I would love to come see you. I would love to meet all of y'all. I'd like to hug all your necks in real life if I could. Um, the only other person who I know lives in Oklahoma, I don't think we're going through her neck of the woods. But it's Janet Nash. She lives in Oklahoma too. Hi, Cordelia. I need to look at a map. I love the idea of going to your Route 66 museum or putt-putt, though. That is so cool. So you're off 40. Where is 40 in relation to 35? That's... Oh, I see. So you're directly west of Oklahoma City. I see. So you're 2 hours off of 35. Well, darn. Who knows? We might get a wild hair. You never know. We go with the flow travelers. Like, we get a basic idea of where we're going, and then we just let the road take us the rest of the way. You like the idea, Sally, of getting a live musical concert with my lives? Hi, Teresa Ton. How you doing? Oh, yeah, no, it is. It's just a, where is that one? That is just a piece of ephemera. I can't tell you where these are from. Oh, wait, I think I can. I think these are Shabby Dabby Doodah. In fact, I know that they are. These are in a Shabby Dabby Doodah kit. These book spine images. And there's like a house, I think, and like a car. It's like clip art. It's kind of one of her clip art kits. I don't think it's necessarily one of her journal kits. It's a great one. It's a great one. Oh, Linda Veal. I don't know about that. I don't know. Oh gosh, I'm so glad, Beth, that it passed you guys by and you didn't get hit with that. I woke up this morning and saw that the storms had been rough last night. I pray for everyone in the line of storms. That's the only thing about summer that I honestly hate, are all the tornadoes and storms. Yeah, Cordelia, tell them to go away. Maddie, I hope you have a good one. I ordered those from Amazon, Linda Veal, after I saw Bitty Penny with them. Okay, what is the question? I don't know. You could get those bags on Amazon. Oh, yes. Yes, you can. Let me show you real quick, Linda. You can get a variety pack. I have them right here. See, my mom would be like, your room's so messy. Any normal person, look, nothing's wrong with my mom. She's perfectly right. But I know where everything is because I can see it. I can see it all. Well, and I do put things in specific places. But let me show you this. Linda and all, you can get a variety pack. It comes with different sizes. So it looks like I have, you know, a number of that size, but hold on, but wait, there's more. And there's these. And these hold, like, especially this purple one right here will hold a whole 8.5 by 11 sheet of paper, which is great because if you're working on like a journal or you're taking something to go, look, then you can get these small, and then they come with like these sizes too. And they're so durable. See? I love them. I think this was all one purchase too. Like, this isn't me like excessively making multiple purchases, but no one's judging that, right? This was just like one kind of value pack of these bags. Now, I purchased these probably a year or two ago, and I think I paid like $12 for all of them. But look, when I turn and look around in my craft room, I use them for everything. This one's got fabric. This one does too. So these are small scraps of fabric. These are big scraps of fabric. You've already seen that I use them for my cluster paper. I mean, you can put stamps in them. You can put kits in them. They are wonderful. Oh, craft roulettes. Thank you, Sharon. Parameters are a 4-bar card. Okay, a 4-bar card is one of my new favorites of 2024, I would say. A 4-bar card, craft store colors, sewing, sewn, stencil. You're almost done with your card. Use the black banner. Oh, you're so right. This would be perfect for the 4-bar, right? Every week on Saturday, without me even knowing what the parameters are, I accidentally have something that will pretty much work. I need to go watch. I'm behind because I love Craft Roulette in May when all the moms come on with their kids and craft. Oh my gosh. And yes, Cordelia, you can totally use these things on A2 cards. These different clusters that we've made today. Yeah, this is an ATC card, the 2.5 by 3.5. You can, you know, do other things to your card, but any of these you could put on a card and make cards with them if you wanted to. All the things we made. I mean, I wouldn't necessarily put our little cards on the card, but you could. But yeah, all these things could work on a card. Dang, you guys, I was far behind. I don't always get this far behind. I didn't even get to say hi to John or Jill. That's what you're doing today, John? Putting little scraps together. Aw, awesome. Hope you and Jill are doing fine. So good to see you. John, where are y'all at? Are y'all in Ohio? What state are you and Jill in? As I plan my road trip. I don't want to pass anybody by if I don't have to. Now, obviously, it's a family road trip. So I probably can't stop and hang out with all my crafty friends. But if we happen to be passing by and it's a normal hour of the day, there's no reason we couldn't get coffee or something. Hi, Carmen. You do fasting from 4 p.m. to 11 a.m.? That is awesome. I am trying. You're in the sandwich generation. I am, Maddie. That's exactly where I am. Oh my goodness, have y'all seen Craft Roulette's new dolls? They're paper dolls. They're like real modern looking. They're great. Oh, cool. Oh, nice. Pam, I will try to come watch it. I want to see what you did. That sounds cool. Oh, goodness. Bethany. Oh, John. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, that's cool, Vicky. Little road trip to get your grandson. You're retired now. You can do that. Oh, man, Pam. Teachers have the best yard sales. I get excited if a teacher's having if I find out that the yard sells for a teacher because they usually always have craft supplies. Right, Maddie? You know, virtual relationships can be very enriching because I started a YouTube channel. Sorry, I could be crafting. I started a YouTube channel so that I could be connected to my community, you know? And so I could find other crafters. It totally worked. Um, because in my real life, I just, I didn't have people around me who were into what I was into. And, you know, by the grace of God and YouTube, I have my community and it's awesome. I never say never. And I never say always. Grace Kelly. This is like a little branding strip that was kind of just sitting off on my desk. She kind of looks like Grace Kelly, but Miss Grace Kelly was a little more composed than this girl. But this is what happens. I look down and I start crafting and then I miss your comments. I'm still going to get caught up. Oh, me too, Sala. I am as well. What else do we want to put with her? I put everything away. Now I'm just digging up through my other random scraps I have on my desk. I meant to release a couple of videos to you guys this week and I didn't do it. I was too busy. I didn't have time to make thumbnails and all that. So I just didn't get it done. Put a ticket on there. This has the days of the week, which kind of goes with the I'll never say never and I never say always. I don't know, days of the week, that kind of goes. Don't overthink it. Hey, Devin. I know it's really Yolanda. Hey, Yolanda. How's it going? I know you've probably been here a while. That's because I'm behind. I'm getting caught up, though. Ooh, Dawn, I love that you're already planning a nap. Seriously, last night I was like telling, because I don't use an alarm clock, but I tell myself what time I'm going to wake up the next day. And I was getting ready to tell myself when I was going to wake up today. And I was calculating based on a nap. Like, well, are you going to take a nap? Do you have time to take a nap tomorrow? Because, you know, I've got a lot of things to do. And then I decided, nope, I don't have time for a nap tomorrow. So that means I have to sleep in. Either way, I have to factor it in so that I get my sleep. Never say never. And I have to make sure I put them in the right order. Never say always, Grace Kelly. That'll work. Devin, I've been just using my scraps and making little ATCs and things to go in journal pockets and stuff like that today. That's been the objective today. Scrap busting. You just started using those zipper packs and now won't go back to my old system. Yeah, they're great. They really are. I love them too, obviously. All right, got another ATC done. Well, I was just trying to get caught up on my comments. So last year, I know, the 4-bar card, but I would say it was like my favorite little thing there towards the end of 2024. And I think in 2025, we've made, it might have even been at the beginning of 2025. I don't know. I can't keep up with such details. Hey, Carrie. Happy Saturday to you. Glad you're here. Making it to Milwaukee? No, we're just going up to, I think we're going Oklahoma City to Kansas across to Missouri, I think is the direction. I was really torn. Hey, Debbie J, because I also wanted to go through Arkansas, maybe up to Missouri, because I've always wanted to go to Hot Springs, Arkansas. I haven't been there before. But then when my husband wanted to see all these Route 66 things, then that altered our course. And I would say, well, we could go. Oh, I need to put these back in my cluster bag. I would say that we could go up, through Oklahoma and come back down through Arkansas. But with our time, when we get done at Paperganza, we just have to book it straight back because he has to be at work on that Monday. So we won't have time to do kind of a, because I was also toying with that idea of like going up one way and coming back a different way. But that won't be possible. Right? Yeah, I thought a good quote for her would be like thrift store grabbing my purse, something like that. I could totally see her saying that. I'm going to cut her head off right there. She's fine. She's got a splitting headache, but she's fine. She's fine. There we go. Yeah. These virtual friendships are indeed a gift and very real, especially in paper crafting. I know I'm partial, but especially in paper crafting. Hey, Mama Juju. I love you too, Debbie J. Flo, you're not in Florida? I still thought you were in Florida. Even though you've sent me cards and I have your address, I do still think of you as being in Florida. Oh my gosh, you're in Michigan. Oh my gosh, I could not be more opposite. Okay. Cleveland's on the way. don't think Ohio's on the way. I wish it was. I know lots. Oh my gosh, I've made it to the end of my comments. I wish it was because Elizabeth Costa Rogers is in Ohio. I think Beth is in Ohio. Is Jill and John in Ohio? I want to say that Jill and John are in Ohio. Like, I feel like I need to go to Ohio. I'm not going to lie. But I don't think, and I want to go to the Rock and Roll Hall of Fame. Yeah, I don't know. Hey, for anyone who didn't see the beginning of this live, I did finish these cards the other day, and then I'm gonna let you go. I've actually made it to the end. But I finished, we made these, well, we made it, we worked on these, I'll say that, in my live the other day. We finished this one. Well, I did finish all the others, and so this was what I did with that Simon Says stamp kit, and I redid the sheet load because my sheet load was a mistake this month. I just kind of got lost in paper and accidentally didn't really make the sheet load the way I should have or wanted to. So I redid the sheet load the other day. I think I did these on Monday, and then throughout the week I had it at the kitchen table, and then in evenings after dinner or whatever, I threw a card together. Such a fun way to craft. Like, if you just have everything pre-cut and stamped and all you have to do is assemble, it is kind of nice. And you can throw these again in one of those zipper bags and, you know, just assemble when you get a chance. So anyways, I showed those at the beginning. I'm gonna let you guys go now. It's been a really long live. It took me forever to get caught up on comments, but I absolutely love you guys. Thanks for chatting. Thanks for being here. Thanks for being each other's friend. I love how you guys support each other, how you do make these like genuine and real friendships in the chat of the live videos. That makes it so amazing. And I love having y'all here and crafting with my friends. It just doesn't get any better than that. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. You guys have a splendid weekend. I will be back here with you on Monday. It's the last week of school. Raise the roof. So, you know, one more week of us doing really early lives and me having to rush off to get my daughter off to school. One more week, and we will have made it to summer. Miss Linda, we're all wrapping you in hugs, and everybody else, anybody who needs them. Prayers and blessings to all of you. Have a great weekend. Enjoy your weekend, and I'll see you guys on Monday. Bye, everybody.